So looking at gold and building up from last week, let me just show you exactly how we traded and made money last week. So this was the trade we had analyzed. This was the analysis last week. And this is the exact area in which we wanted to trade from. As you can see, the first demand area. And then on the following days of that week, we actually we had this. Now it's very important for you to look at the dates. This analysis was sent on 12th, and then the trade, we've got the trade on 15th, and I had sent it also like that. And then also with the exits. So I was like exiting from 3341. This was this structure which was broken, which I will break it down. But this was the entry. And then this is the result. Let me just show you how we made money on this trade. And then we had that take profit, which was hit. And that was the fifth trade in a row. And by the fifth trade, I mean, this is if you can see here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this last trade here is where we made money. But all of these other trades here, we've also made money without losing for the last 4 weeks. So if you want to follow up and understand exactly how we trade, you just need to come to the page on YouTube, and then you will get everything. And then again into the group, you shall be able to trade with us. Anyway, now building on to, of course, these are the results of the trade. These are the results. And then this is another trade which you had also taken. But let's just building on to this week and how we're going to trade. I just want to share with you a very simple concept. And that is the concept of centeredness. The market is centered on the eventual fact that it will revisit previous highs and lows before printing new ones. Like by this, the market always does what it ought to do or what it intends to do. Like if there is a previous high and a low that the market has printed before, whatever the market does in between, eventually it will reach to those new highs and lows and then print new ones. So the market is intentional. It is centered, it is stable, it does what it ought to do, it does what it sets out to do. And this is the exact opposite with us traders. Traders are not centered at all. We can be triggered by volumes, we can be triggered by any other external factor. Let's say you go see somebody make more money and then you are triggered. And that trigger, actually, each time you're triggered emotionally, you are led further and further away from your trading plan, from your trading goal. So when you look at the markets and look at the traders that trade the market, there is a very big differences between these two. And that difference is based on the fact that one is centered and the other one is totally not centered. And each time something that is centered meets something that is not centered, slaughter happens. And that's why we say each time you're triggered emotionally in trading, you're going to get slaughtered, you're going to lose money, you're going to blow your account. So in simple terms, you just need to understand the market is centered and the traders are not centered. So you need to find your central point, your power. And based on this, let's just look at the market this week and see how we can actually make money. Now, I'm not going to go into multi-time frame analysis and break it down from the monthly to the weekly. This trade here, which we did like 7 days ago, breaks that down, the monthly and the weekly levels plus the daily levels. I've already marked them. You just watch this first, the last video here, 7 days ago, and you'll understand. So I'm just going to continue to build on from the H4 time frame. Now, building on the H4 time frame, there are very obvious things I cannot ignore, and that is this area here. This was our demand area. This break of structure here, like this one here, this is an area in which we wanted to trade all along. And actually we've traded. That is the area in which I did the first analysis. And I was like, yeah, this is this is where we will have entries. As you can see, this area here up there. So with this being said, this area now, we were looking for trading opportunities. I remember we had these as our previous weekly highs. These areas here were our weekly highs. So we wanted the market to be able to come back into this area here, and then we can look for trading opportunities, which we exactly did. But however, when the market reached here, it broke this structure to the low here. So the moment this structure was broken to the low, I was like, oh, there could be a possibility that the trend can change. But however, trade came into this and then broke back again to print these new highs here. Now, from this new high here, we're going to base our trading. You can see also here into this zone here, market gives us a support. We have a low, and then a strong support area within the zone. Hence, the market moving up to the upside. So we had a strong break, price difference, and then a pullback, and then strong another price difference. And then from here, you can clearly see this strong candle here creates a price difference here. So what does that mean now? This is where we are in now. We are in a range whereby the best trading opportunity would be either to the upside here to fill this wick. Remember, there is a wick here. Okay, there's a wick, and then that created a new high. So there's a possibility that this wick could be printed, could be filled, and that can only happen if we get a retest. The market does this, pulls into this area, then retest this to complete that wick, and that is a fast trade we would actually want to be in. If this does not happen, however, and then eventually this one is broken, the next place where we want to trade from would be this area here. Now, why is this area important? Because this is an area of, we had a morning star here. You can see the morning star pattern plus a price difference candle. This is another area in which we shall be trading from. The same way we traded this. We traded exactly here. We had sniper entries here. We traded here. And these are the trades you will see here and here. So this is what we want to see. If the market breaks to the lower side, this is where we're going to trade from. We have a trade here. Now, if the market continues to go up, we will take profits here and then see what happens here. So whatever happens on this high here will determine whether we can actually trade to the downside or continue to the upside to all these high all-time highs. And then we'll look for patterns. So this is what we want to see on gold. The immediate thing we want gold to do is to be able to retest this, fill this wick, and then we are in with the trading. And then if the worst happens and then it breaks this, then we can look for trades here. But let me just explain to you a very simple concept. Now, if you look at this week, we seem to have entered again the new escalations of tension between Iran, Israel, and the rest of the world. And usually when that happens, the market tends to, gold tends to be bullish. So, and then if you notice for the last few days in which the wars had been going on, there is a tendency for these guys to have serious operations over the weekends. So like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, these guys be having operations. And now these operations here, they will be reflected the following Monday on a market. And if the operations they've had on this weekend are as big as we've been told, then market could actually reflect. And then in addition to that, there was no serious volume on Friday. The volume was not that much after this break. So there's a possibility we could retest this and head to the upside. But now that is what we shall have to see on the market. So these are the other conditions. And now if the trade is ready, I will be able to send the analysis here into the group. You just need to come check for thrown trades, and then you will see the trades, and then they will be sent there. Okay, so you can definitely check us out on YouTube. We are not giving fake signals. There is no coincidence and there is no luck when somebody gets 4 to 5 trades in a row. So you would want to be a part of this.